5,000 years ago, someone carved symbols into a stone in Scotland, symbols scientists still cannot decode, symbols that look like star maps, or like something not of this world. Imagine this. You're walking through a small forest near Glasgow. The trees are old, the air is damp, and suddenly, beneath your feet, lies something that could change the history of mankind. A massive stone slab, covered in markings that no one understands. This is not a film, this is real. And this stone still exists today. In a small forest near Cochno, Scotland, lies a stone, unremarkable at first glance, almost forgotten, but look closer, and you'll see something extraordinary. This stone, known as the Cochno Stone, is covered with around 90 mysterious cup and ring marks, spirals, circles, interlocking patterns. No one knows who made them, no one knows why. What we do know, they are at least 5,000 years old. Some researchers believe they are even older, and they look like nothing the Stone Age should have been able to create. The people of this time had no writing, no metal tools, no complex social structures, or so we long believed. But this stone tells a different story. The Cochno Stone was discovered in 1887 by Reverend James Harvey. Harvey was no archaeologist, he was a clergyman, and yet he immediately recognized that he had found something extraordinary. The slab measures approximately 8 by 13 meters. To put that in perspective, that's larger than a family home, one of the largest concentrations of rock art, known as petroglyphs, in all of Britain. Harvey documented the symbols as best he could. He made drawings, took notes, but the science of his time had no answers. The symbols fit no known pattern. No language, no alphabet, no culture anyone knew used such markings. Decades passed. The stone became known in archaeological circles but was never truly studied. Tourists came, and with them came the problem: vandalism. People scratched their names into the ancient symbols, painted the stone, damaged it irreparably. In 1965, a drastic decision was made. The stone was completely buried underground, and supposedly to protect it from vandalism. Sounds reasonable, but think about it, a 5,000-year-old archaeological treasure, simply buried. No further investigation, no excavation, no museum, just buried. Why? That is a question many researchers still ask today. It wasn't until 2016, over 50 years later, that the Cochno Stone was excavated again. This time with state-of-the-art technology. Researchers from the University of Glasgow arrived with 3D scanners, drones, high-resolution cameras. They documented every millimeter of the surface, and what they found left them speechless. Beneath the known patterns lay even older symbols, layer upon layer, added over millennia. The stone was not a one-time creation, it was a place people returned to again and again, over generations, over centuries, perhaps over millennia. Why did they return? What drew them to this stone? What did the symbols mean to them? Strikingly, many of the spiral patterns resemble crop circles, those mysterious formations that appear in modern times. Exactly the same geometric shapes, exactly the same proportions. Coincidence? Or a connection spanning thousands of years? Some scientists try to find rational explanations. The spirals represent water or wind, or simply decorative patterns with no deeper meaning. But these explanations don't convince many researchers, because the patterns are too precise, too geometric, too consistent. Other researchers see something completely different: star maps. The arrangement of certain points and circles is said to correspond to astronomical constellations. The night sky over Scotland 5,000 years ago. Computer simulations have shown that certain groupings of points match exactly the positions of stars and planets in the Bronze Age. Was the Cochno Stone an astronomical instrument, a kind of prehistoric observatory carved in stone? Scotland's Stone Age people were not primitive cave dwellers. We know this today with certainty. They built megalithic structures like Callanish on the Outer Hebrides, stone circles aligned precisely with astronomical events. They built Skara Brae on Orkney, a complete settlement with stone houses, stone furniture, a sophisticated drainage system. These people knew the stars, they observed the sky, they built structures meant to last for centuries. The Cochno Stone was perhaps their most important work, their message to the future, to us. In many ancient cultures worldwide, we find identical spiral patterns in rock art, from the Aboriginal peoples of Australia who lived 40,000 years ago, to the Hopi in America, the inhabitants of Malta, the ancient Irish at Newgrange. All these cultures, without contact with each other, without a common language, use the same spiral patterns. How is that possible? Many researchers categorically rule out coincidence. There must be a connection, a common source, or a common inspiration. Scottish archaeologist Kenneth Brophy, who led the 2016 excavation, described the Cochno Stone as one of the most significant pieces of prehistoric art in Europe. He said, "This stone deserves the same attention as Stonehenge, as the caves of Lascaux, as the pyramids, and yet no museum, no monument, no tourists, barely any public attention. The Cochno Stone is virtually unknown to the general public." While millions of people make the pilgrimage to Stonehenge every year, the Cochno Stone, possibly even more mysterious, even more significant, lies underground again, buried, forgotten. Some theories go even further. The spirals are not star maps, but portals, gateways to other dimensions, symbols of a language that existed before our history, a civilization that 5,000 years ago, or 50,000 years ago, possessed knowledge we no longer understand. Does that sound far-fetched? Perhaps, but consider this. 100 years ago, the idea that highly advanced cultures existed before the ancient Egyptians was considered absurd. Today we know that Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, a highly complex temple complex, is 7,000 years older than the pyramids. The history of mankind is older, more complex, and more mysterious than we thought. What if the Cochno Stone is further proof of that? The Cochno Stone lies underground once more, buried, hidden. After the 2016 excavation, after just a few weeks of research, it was decided to bury it again, for its protection, they say officially. But protection from whom? From what? 5,000-year-old symbols, no origin, no explanation, no known language to assign them to, identical patterns on 5 continents, connections to stars and planets, buried again and again. What were these people trying to tell us, and why do their markings look like messages from the sky? Perhaps the uncomfortable truth is this: we are not the first advanced civilization on this planet, and the Cochno Stone is one of the last messages left by those who came before us. If a single stone in Scotland raises these questions, what might be hidden beneath the ocean floor, in the depths of Antarctica, where satellites show strange geometric structures beneath the ice, or under the pyramids of Giza, where the Egyptian government has been blocking excavations for years? These are the questions we will explore in the next video. Subscribe now, so you don't miss the answers.